Hello, hello, and welcome. Happy Monday, everybody. Scott, thank you for joining me.
Oh yeah, it's always a pleasure.
All right. Well, if you're new to the stream, I'm Albert, the community manager at Ilphonic. Scott,
Hello everyone. I am
he's the.
also in community team, community coordinator.
There he is. Yes. I guess we didn't practice that far. Okay, cool. So, yeah, the that is the Crescent Cove Mall that you guys just witnessed, and those fly-throughs are awesome. This map is gorgeous, and we're gonna keep celebrating this map. I've got some Scott and I have got some insights and some cool stories to tell you about, like the kind of creation of this map. We talked to our senior level designer and associate art director when preparing for this stream, and they've got so many cool little things to say. About this map. I already saw in the chat something about like, oh, this map looks really big, and you know what? How about we just hop in right now and explore said map?
Yeah, it's great. Like, yeah, this is my new favorite map for sure.
They just keep getting better, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, sir. Okay, so just to immediately address the person who said, "Wow, this map looks and feels real big." Uh, Funny thing is, when we were playtesting, like I was feeling kind of the same way, but when after talking to the senior level designer, it's this thing that they do with the map that makes it feel big, but the actual like map in actuality in size is about the same size as all of the other maps. Um, and we'll get more into the weeds on what that means here in just a second. Scott's gonna be our tour guide today, so we're just following him
Yeah,
around.
yeah. I'm gonna run to the area where I thought we were gonna end up, but okay, we'll start from over here. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so so welcome to the Crescent Cove Mall. Got this nice bridge over here with a beautiful sign.
I do love that we kept the fireworks in the skybox as well. That is a nice touch.
I mean, the clowns have to let everyone know that they're here, you know.
Yeah, of course. Okay, it's not a clown invasion without them being here,
Yeah, exactly.
loud and proud.
But I would say that the first thing you do when you get to a mall, you gotta park in the little garage.
That's true. It's true. But this garage does have a lot of destruction in it, and so like if you guys think about it, kind of similar to the pier, the mall is a big, bright place, bustling with humans and activity and lights and colors, and the clowns would definitely immediately be attracted to something like this, and yeah, there's already a lot of destruction. From what I've heard, well, if you guys remember from when the Kyoto brothers were on the stream, they mentioned that like the pier and these maps are kind of like this map is like going to be a little bit further into the invasion. So there's tons and tons of destruction.
Yeah, like just a little bit, a little bit further in, you can see a lot more destruction as opposed to the other maps. Coming upon one of the big Crescent Cove outlet mall signs when you first arrive at the mall after getting out of the parking garage. You get this nice toasty kiosk.
Yeah, toasty is I think it's a little over toasted at this point, but it's definitely
It's
toasted.
a fire. They're having a fire sale.
Yeah, yeah. Oh. All right, that was a good one.
Yeah, I try. Sometimes my jokes land. Sometimes.
Yeah, and as
But
we're
yeah,
walking around, you can kind of see the clowns have expanded their destruction.
yeah. Not only do they get cotton candy stuff, now we got popcorn. I like the details that are in there. You can see some of the popcorn still popping.
Yeah, I'm wondering where the popper is in there. Like they're still coming out of nowhere. And by the way, yeah, we are still we're just in a normal private match, so you guys will probably see a couple of bots running around in the background.
Yeah, but yeah, you can see more of the destruction stuff, some cotton candied up, and then this is probably my favorite store that we're coming up on
Yeah,
here.
seeing this in the map fly-throughs made me really happy that these got their own little spotlight. But yeah, fully, good pets and pet goods. You know what I'm saying? Like these are good pets. They deserve pets. And well, I don't know if the pet goods have survived, but
I mean, yeah, they're little friendly dogs. That yellow one, I think I need to take home for sure. It's
Oh, is it
calling
calling
to
to
me.
you?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
And then I would say, like, once we get here, we start seeing some of the cool mall lighting, which I think definitely nails the 80s look for sure. Like, there's another hallway that we'll be coming upon that definitely shows it off more, but just definitely gives that 80s feel walking around everything.
Right. So like one of the insights from our conversation with our senior level designer and associate art director is the 80s mall aesthetic is like an iconic one. If you think about like, you know, those 80s kind of malls, you can picture them pretty dang well. And one of the interesting challenges though of in 80s mall is that they tend to not, well, there's not, they didn't really exist as like outdoor malls. Most of them were indoor malls. So one of the challenges for them, one of the fun problems for them to solve was like how do you give and create a feeling of still being in a mall with while still keeping that 80s vibe alive. Especially, you know, just to make sure the map and everything is in line with game mechanics. You know, stuff like the clown jump and whatnot still work.
Yeah, and then like even some of this hallway too, like you get to see more of the popcorn destruction just taking over this hair salon. Still seeing some of that popcorn popping off. Like
Yeah,
luckily,
that's
I would
incredible.
not get caught in the hair salon, so I don't have that problem. So I would
Oh,
survive that.
oh baby.
But
Yeah,
but I'd say I do like shopping for some clothes, so we could take a little stroll through the menswear here.
yeah, absolutely. And just to point out, so a lot like malls in real life, uh, there's a lot of points of interest, right? So one of the things that makes this map feel a lot larger than it actually is the contesting points of interest, and then also just the amount of more points of interest. So by points of interest, we mean stuff like, you know, the casual menswear shop, the salon, the music shop, and everything. Whereas like on a map like the amusement park, it's like here is the roller coaster, here is like the beach, the shore. Like the points of interest are much bigger. Here they're a lot smaller, more condensed. So it gives you that feeling of like more congested sightlines, making you feel like there's a lot more around you. And along that addition, there is also a lot more of these like back passageways, boiler rooms, connected pathways that give you that sense of like, oh yeah, you're in this like this mall layout, and there's a ton to it.
Yeah, like it totally makes sense, like the layout, and even if you get lost, you have the mall directory, so you could find your way around, just by looking at the mall map, just like you would any normal mall that you would step foot in.
Yeah, the mall directory too is, by the way, a 1-to-1, so that you can actually read this and direct yourself accordingly.
Yeah, beautiful. Let's follow the map then and get into this big courtyard. So you can see more of the shops and clothing stores that are around here, and then
Hmm.
the giant mall movie theater
As
showing
of
the
course,
extra dimensional murderous jester.
this classic free
Yes.
pizza today.
Yeah.
Free pizza. Wait, I thought movie theaters. That's the food is where they make all their money. Well, I guess in the '80s maybe it was different. Um,
Yeah, and I mean movie theaters are more of a thing. They were hopping and bustling every day.
So one of the really cool points, this is a term that I think Scott and I had never heard before, but this is a point that our senior level designer pointed out. He's really interested in this thing called psychogeography, which is it's a fancy term of saying like like why do certain spaces make you feel the way that you do, and so stuff like this mall map, like it is kind of this open air concept kind of, but to give you that feeling of hey, you're still in a mall. There's a lot of these like multi-tiered buildings, these stairways along these little these. It's essentially like congesting the sightlines a bit, just to make you still feel, because most malls have like, you know, the upper floors, the lower floors, a lot of these stairways and escalators, and a lot of overhead cover.
Yeah, because malls are really designed, to take your sight lines. They want your eyes always looking at something to buy.
Yeah, exactly. And this is another example of, hey, this was a mall where there was plenty of people, but I don't know if that shop is still opening now with the clown invasion.
they're never gonna finish this store.
Yeah, unfortunate. It seemed like a pretty cool store too.
And maybe if the humans fight back enough, they could open up a new store in there. But yeah, and then then we have another form of destruction that the clowns are using now is the ice cream. So we got this fountain covered in an ice cream sundae here.
This does look delicious. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure there's ice cream in a couple other. Like I remember there's like a giant glob of ice cream on the roller coaster in the pier as well.
Oh yeah, that is true. But
this one's definitely more down to the ground. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's much more in your face. The one on the pier is like way up top on the roller coaster.
I mean, if I was a human like running away from clowns, though, I would definitely take a scoop on my run. Before I escape, I'm taking a handful of ice cream.
Yeah, you get that quick sugar rush. It's basically a secondary LOL, you know?
Yeah. Oh, and then we'll take a little look in the, there's always maintenance behind the scenes at a mall, so take a look at this, maintenance corridor. And definitely want it to feel lived in, that stuff was going on at this mall before the clowns came and destroyed it.
Yeah, definitely. You can see that they were working on a couple of new machines, arcade machines, and a mechanical bull. So I wonder what part of the map that would have gone in.
That this was in a place in the mall, but I also like to think that just the maintenance guy is just having a blast, just bull riding on his brake.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is again that point of like there's a bunch of back rooms and a lot of places that are kind of interconnected within this map, making it feel quite a bit bigger than it actually is. I believe, yeah, I remember our senior level designer said it's about the same size as our other map. So it's like if you need to make it from the parking garage across the map, you can basically make it across the map in the same amount of time you would on a different map.
Yep. And then every visit to a mall, you need to all that walking, you got to get something to eat. So you just come upon the food court here.
Yeah. Someone in the chat, I remember immediately, like we started the walkthrough and they're like, food court, where? Bring food court. Speaking of stuff in the chat, we will be addressing some of the new stuff coming in the patch as well as fixes, Deshawn, after the walkthrough. So just in a few minutes here.
Some gyros and some tacos. That's a good choices. I would definitely go for a gyro because you don't come upon those too often, like a Greek food.
And just like most malls IRL, everything is competing for your attention, even the food, all the stores, and especially stuff like the arcade.
Yeah, this is my second favorite spot after the pet store.
I was gonna say
this totally nails the arcade feel, like down to the the carpet. The carpet is the number one thing. Yeah, that's the best part of the old arcades. But yeah, this is the feeling of just back-to-back arcade machines. Just
yes, sir. Scott, I'll let you lead here. I gotta add some more match time. Just give me 1 second.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Yeah. What is? Oh boy.
But I would say like just like when I saw this, my little retro brain just was so happy just looking at like just the feel of it. Like I remember, going to a mall with my parents and then just like asking them for $5 so I could sit in the arcade while they shopped, and it just reminds me of all of that. So definitely nails that feel.
All right, Scott.
Yeah.
Never mind. Joe is super clutch. I forgot the command, but I want to give it a shout out to Joe because he is an absolute clutch god here. Just making sure we've got that. Some extra time to keep walking through this map. Here we go. Okay, sweet.
All right.
And we're back. Cheat activated. Yes, we are cheating. Yes, chat, we're cheating.
Let's see. Yeah, all the times that I've thought you were cheating, winning against me.
I
Every
was. I
time.
was truly
It was. It
cheating.
was. Yeah. Now we proved it. But yeah, and then then you got the backside of the mall with their bumper boats activity that looks like it's gone awry.
Yeah, there was this challenge that our team talked about that was essentially like, hey, how do we, integrate the boat escape organically, but also without like the without it being and feeling too samey to the other maps. And so bumper boats became a thing, and the full story behind that is pretty awesome. Just like hearing about how our art director and our art team kind of like came together to mesh that idea together and design how that looked.
Yeah, and then now we're coming upon more of the fancy restaurants. We got our seafood place. We got a steakhouse over here.
Hmm.
Yes, this mall's got it all.
Yeah, and I think we're coming up on the
Yeah,
on pretty much seeing most of the
our
map.
big top burger.
Yeah, this is the Big Top Burger that we're inside. We just went into the back entrance. There's actually so much on this map to explore, and we don't want to spoil all of it for you guys. We want you guys to have some fun exploring it yourselves, but giving you the basic overview. But this is probably... most people on our team, I would say, it's their favorite edition. We'll wait for it to go off one more time. We kind of just came up upon it right as it was ending. But this, like every mall's got to have a fountain. You know what I'm saying? A mall's not a mall without a fountain.
Yeah,
And
it's the focal point of the mall. Yeah. Plus, I love like the big mall sign too behind me. It's just
Yeah.
It just brings it all together. But yeah, this is up there. This is my third favorite. But arcade's definitely number 2. And pet store is definitely number 1 for me.
Yeah, and as we're waiting for this, I mean, just like some insights from our team. Oh my god, look at that. Yeah, so there's like more color, more unique audio, more unique lighting, more unique ambiance to each section of this map. For you guys in the chat, I highly recommend playing this map for your first time through, honestly every time through, with your sound up and your sound effects up and your music up. Just to feel the kind of scenery change as you venture out through different parts of the mall. It is. I'm very excited to play with y'all on this map, and for all of you to get your hands on it.
Yeah, it's great. It's definitely my favorite map that we have out there now.
Yeah, Scott, thanks for being our tour guide. Let's hop back to our faces here. There you go. There we go. I just realized I don't have my cool little green screen card on the back. It's just an actual green screen.
It accentuates you.
I guess so.
Makes you look good. Yeah.
Gives it a little contrast, I suppose. Here, 1 second. All right, cool. So yeah, let's go through a couple of things we have coming up in the patch. So here's some quality of life changes that we have for the upcoming patch, and some of the major fixes as well. So this is a big one that we've been hearing feedback about in the community. So we made some adjustments to players joining matches in progress. There was a small issue with that, and so you should be spawning in as a human that isn't dead or cocooned a lot more often now. Please continue to leave your feedback and reports on anything like that, any issues like that, or anything feedback related like that. We also got a lot of reports about this issue where like clown makeup and skins were appearing dark or faded, so that issue should be resolved in the upcoming patch as well. Let's see, Scott, how about some other quality of life stuff that you got?
Yeah, so one of the things is with inventory management. So while you're human and you're on the run, and let's say you have a small item in your big inventory slot, so you gotta, let's say you just have a tennis ball waiting in the big pocket there, but you come upon a shotgun or an axe. If you have an empty and available small pocket, you can pick up the two-handed weapon, and it'll automatically move that small item over for you, so you don't have to be dropping items on the fly, you know, while you're worrying about a clown being on you. You can
Yeah, a
just
little bit less juggling.
head up. Yep, exactly. Yeah, so just to make that all easy. Lackeys also, when you're a clown, if you just happen to be walking now with a cocoon and a lackey sees you, they'll request to take that off your hands. So they don't need to see you actually pick up the cocoon. If they just see you walking around with it, they'll request it off, take it off your hands for you.
Yeah, they're quite a bit better. I saw in our playtest that they're quite a bit better about just like finding cocoons and moving them towards lackey generators by themselves. Like in general, you'll see a lot less of the thing where they'll like, you shouldn't see the thing anymore where they kind of just wait for you to like pick it up and then they're like, whoa, wait, let me have that. They're more proactive.
It's like their boss is watching them. They're like, oh wait, I'm working, boss. Yeah. Yeah, and then some respawn timers too. So while you're a clown, if you have a downed clown teammate and you're watching their screen, you can also see how long before they're in. So you can see how long those humans have a power play in effect. Before you guys can get back in and strategize again.
Right. Speaking of clown respawn timers, this one is more on towards the balance of the game kind of deal. So we are actually doing a thing where this is a new kind of feature where when you hook up cocoons, it reduces the overall respawn timer on clowns. So for example, the base respawn timer for clowns is about 45 seconds. So every time you hook a cocoon, it's minus about 1.5 seconds for the respawn timer. So say like you've hooked up 10 cocoons and you or a fellow clown dies, you're going to be respawning in 30 seconds instead of 45 seconds at like 10 cocoons. And then, when you hit 16, obviously you get the early clown apocalypse, but it goes all the way up there.
Yeah, it'll make it more fast-paced, get those clowns, delivering more cocoons and keep everyone back in the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and a caveat is of course that live humans in cocoons, when they are hooked up, they don't add to the respawn timer bonus benefit, I guess. They don't add to that until they're dead. So same thing as like a cocoon counting towards the early clown apocalypse. Like it won't count unless the human dies in the cocoon, until the human dies in the cocoon.
Yeah, and then I would say if you guys follow along on the Discord, but if not, you can definitely join that up. But if you follow our socials and Discord, we've announced that we're going to have some clown tricks and sweet treats event coming up. So keep an eye on the socials. We're going to have a whole bunch of new cosmetics that'll be a free tint drop for you guys. Customized to your heart's content. And then we'll also have some special event cosmetics that you'll be able to redeem. That'll also be coming soon. And then also a double XP weekend that'll be coming up too. So get your levels up. Maybe if you haven't unlocked some of those higher level clowntalities, you'll have an easier time doing so.
Yeah. And on that note, we also have a very special tease coming for fans. Oh, did we specify the new cosmetics will be coming out on Halloween? So in celebration of Halloween, we'll be having a bunch of those new cosmetics drops. I'm not sure if we specified that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I said it was coming up. I didn't say what day, but yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I couldn't. Yeah, there was a chance that I was just parroting you too. So. Speaking of which, on Halloween, make sure you are, make sure you're following us on social media and Discord and all the stuff. We've got a very special tease coming for fans on Halloween Day, on Hallows Eve. And I'll leave it at that. Okay, cool. So, let's see. Make sure you are joining our community and our socials, so our Discord, our Twitter, Instagram and Facebook if you're more of an Instagram Facebook person. Any issues like the full patch notes will be out when this update is all ready to go, but make sure you are leaving any of your feedback and any issues, report those to our Discord and socials. Issues, you can also report them to our email at kkfosshelpdesk@elphonic.com. So just a reminder, we do have a bunch of those new free cosmetics coming in Halloween. The patch notes will be out when the patch is out. And also to celebrate that Halloween spirit, you can rock the newer human Halloween outfit pack that came out last week. So, let's see. Speaking of which, Scott, you got the button ready?
Yep, I got the button ready. I'm gonna hit it.
Yep, for all of those of you who have joined us today as a thank you, we're giving away a couple of human Halloween outfit pack premium DLCs. So make sure you type in !giveaway to win those, for a chance to win that DLC. And this time we've got some cool platform agnostic codes. We'll just be sending those over to you as soon as we select the winners. Yeah. And with that, we will leave you with a special trailer for these outfits that came out last week, if you haven't seen it already. Scott, thanks for joining me. Everybody in the chat, thanks for hopping in as well.
Always, yeah. Thanks for coming, everyone, and taking a look at the brand new mall.
And we hope to see you very soon in the Crescent Cove Mall. All right, have a good day, everybody.
Take it easy, everyone.